MK1 Year 2 is going to be insane. Online practice mode, the Warrior Shrine, Towers of Time, new stages, new skins, animalities for everyone, new cameo brutalities, Garrus buff, Kung Lao buff, Shang Tsung buff. Noob looks amazing. Noob is proclaimed to have the most special moves in the entire game. And Ghostface is the most anticipated character, backed by tweets and proof of analytics. And on top of all, the devs did claim that they are anticipating bringing that dark appeal that made Mortal Kombat great. MK1's on fire, man. Casuals, it's time to come back. MK1 has reached a new peak, and finally up until this moment has been the best, at least content slash announcement slash everything going down. Things that we have been asking for that have been drip fed to us. Online practice mode, Warrior Shrine, Towers of Time, new stages. You know, the artist actually did a really breakdown in terms of like the stages and the aesthetics and everything. I felt like it was just so incredible. I felt like that was the best part that I enjoyed listening to. It could just be being intrigued by the artistry of everything, of how they're looking at the outlook. They did really mention the forefront of like MK being far more beautiful in Year 1 and Year 2. They're really aiming to get back to the gruesome things. So these are what I have been raving for. It's like Mortal Kombat needs to get back to gritty and doing everything like that. Of course, and then the animalities are for everyone. That is crazy. With new skins, we see a lot of new skins. We see animalities for everyone, including guest characters. So it's crazy. A lot of like stages that are dark, and then you also before all that we had saw the trailer of Ghostface too. So that was amazing. Also, new cameo brutalities where the cameo could actually do the brutalities. Garrus got a buff, Kung Lao cameo and the main roster character got new moves. Then you got Shang Tsung buffs. Then you got all the noob insights and breakdowns where it's combos, gameplay, etc. Definitely gonna be a fan favorite. You're going 3v2 at that point, so I mean a lot of people are gonna love that. He's giving you the definition of Mortal Kombat, right? Full projectile battle, zoning can pressure you, can be a really rush down type character. Then on top of that, Mortal Kombat, there's been multitudes of tweets. Like there's a lot of tweets that are just showing the analytics of like Ghostface being the one of the most popular viewed videos and viewed tweets and all that stuff. Like it's going around everywhere showing that Ghostface by far has been intrigued by most fans overall. Whether it's people who have been playing MK1 regularly since this past year, since they just passed that 1 year aspect, or just people that are just interested now when they see this Ghostface crossover, especially if they're just OG MK fans that never really touched the new ones due to the NRS era. So that's pretty crazy. That's a crazy record, man. The fact that Ghostface is by far, because it's what I said before. I feel that since Mortal Kombat is the Call of Duty of fighting games, I mean, as much as you want to debate it, Mortal Kombat is the Call of Duty of fighting games. They're the most mainstream. They have the biggest crossovers. That's literally what Call of Duty does. And so they're the most mainstream FPS, and they do the same type of crossovers and everything that Mortal Kombat does. Guest characters and collabs and all this stuff. So as much as like we want to break that down in terms of just the mainstream facet, it's just cool to see so much things being shown finally, because they're saying that these like most special moves are in the game is what they're saying when it comes to a noob aspect, right? Noob Cybot fans, probably he has the most specials, maybe aside from Garrus. That's what they were saying. So that's already huge also, because he's massive for the culture. It's one of the better mainstream characters, or people that know how to play Ermac really well. Like Ermac was a great launch also for the fans. So Ermac, Noob, this is a great roster when it's all said and done. Definitely still a top 5 Mortal Kombat game despite its flaws. There is a lot of gameplay updates. They are going to have massive patch notes. So that wasn't even the only things that they mentioned. So there's just so much stuff going down. Mortal Kombat 1 just creating history once again, and therefore they're finally doing it the right way. Like I love how right before Year 2 they just started giving away free skins, giving us classic skins, giving us all these things, because that's what Mortal Kombat feels like. And then the artist, you know, behind all the stages, the whole team that actually developed these stages and the aesthetics are saying, literally confirming like, yeah, Year 1 was like more of the Liu Kang reboot, where they wanted to like just kind of reintroduce the fundamental nice beautiful process of Mortal Kombat. And now with the Havoc, the Chaos Reigns, that they're really making it back to that, using that as a huge leverage and an excuse to get back to the dark matters of everything. Huge. Going to the Ghostface fatality, I did mention this also in our previous video, that it fits. It's the most popular, most viewed, and of all, even MK11, MKX, and all that. And I think it's because it's one thing only. One, he's just amazing, and he fits the dark horror stuff that what MK fans would really love. Now, is he a martial artist or anything? No, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of fun things they can utilize with Ghostface. And the fact that he just delivers the humor that we love, right? Johnny Cage has that type of humor also, and Ghostface is going to do that immediately. So it's going to be hilarious to see that. Then just the horror aspect, you know, it's really gritty. You know, it's a very brutal game, Mortal Kombat. It always has been, and it just gives an appeal that we all been missing. So I'm so excited for the stages. Hopefully they continuously add more like a jukebox and more like recalls to the older games, what made it really good in the first place. But that combat cast by far is the best, you know, is the best that we're going to get. And it could be a reach. But I feel that because this was their last hurrah, right? After this DLC expansion, there will be updates and characters and all that. But we don't know what's going to go next after Combat Pack 2. You know, there's no additional cameos being announced. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have to continuously invest in content. So to some extent, their drip feeding content might work still, but I'm just glad they're putting out a chunk, right? It has been a while since they released something anyway because they were holding out for this actual release. Now we're getting it in like 5 days. That's going to be huge. So another thing I also want to touch base on is that if they're going into Combat Pack 2 with no cameos, I'm pretty sure that post-launch with this season, they'll still have continuous things. I am excited for the Towers of Time just because it does give people like casuals additional game modes. At the end of the day, Mortal Kombat is casual. I know sweats, y'all are going to knock me, and people that are very competitive, y'all are going to knock me. At the end of the day, what makes Mortal Kombat the way Mortal Kombat is that it is a casual-driven game, same as what Call of Duty does with skill-based matchmaking. Like, you have to keep your casual fan base happy somehow while still helping out that competitive scene. Now, the casual side of everything is the buffs on the characters that need the buffs, right? Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and everything like that. Like, just people like Kitana, like whoever is just mainstream cosplay aspects that people utilize every year for Halloween. Those are the characters you need to be buffing. It's a casual game at the end of the day. Then on top of that, giving them other modes other than just, and I say them because I like to play this game like competitively also, so I'm not just like a pure casual. But next thing also is just giving the casuals the Towers of Time. I think Towers of Time, I think also Test Your Luck would be something pretty cool to help with like casuals do additional things and other game modes. A lot of people thought Warrior Shrine was going to be like pretty good, but it ended up just being kind of just, I wouldn't say subpar, but it's more of like just, here you go, you know, flexing it all out. So of course we're going to see all the GOATs right there in that Warrior Shrine, and well deserved. I hope we see all the familiar names that we do know already, the best of the best in the competitive scene. So that's pretty cool. The Kung Lao buff is pretty cool. I think that that's something that's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure there's going to be way more character like stuff and movesets coming around. The gameplay being faster in totality is something that I am excited to looking forward to. So I hope they're doing a lot with that type of update. I hope things that are broken maybe somewhat stay continuously broken and just add more broken things aside from just nerfing everything. I don't think Mortal Kombat needs to be top heavy, in my opinion. Year 2, they should just go with like, you know, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna like break everything and make characters a lot more fun. Like, let it be loose. I want Mortal Kombat to feel a little loosely and creative, similar to how they did in the past. But I don't know, that's just something that I enjoy most. I know a lot of people probably disagree with that. But all in all, the combat cast, it went in. Usually they had been going for like 30 minutes in recent times. I feel that they looked a little burned out. So this time around, they looked a little bit more rejuvenated. It looks like they went back to the drawing board and were like, okay, like our numbers are, yeah, we sold a lot of copies, but the numbers, like, I guess consistently across the board are not MK favorable as what it usually is. Even on a casual side, I don't mean on the competitive side. I know that a lot of people don't always enter Mortal Kombat competitive tournaments and tourneys and stuff like that, and like at EVO and all that. But I know they're looking across the board. They're like, well, YouTube kind of like does some weird stuff for Mortal Kombat because sometimes like it's a little bit too gruesome, so they don't promote it as much viewership wise. So that kind of like limits casuals. Also, there's just other casuals in totality that are just not interested in this cameo system. So finding the functionality and making it fluent for casuals, I feel the overall basis of this year 2 should be get back to what made Mortal Kombat, and it looks like they're doing just that. Is it too little, too late? I don't know. It could be too little too late, to be honest. I don't, at least for people that have shipped it off, right? If they just stayed on Street Fighter 6 or they're just staying on Tekken 8 right now, or they just went on to other games and just stayed away from fighting it in totality. I think that if there's anyone that could bring an audience back, it's two games. It's Mortal Kombat and Call of Duty. These are two games where, like, even Call of Duty, like, I leave Call of Duty a lot and I come right back. So I feel that Mortal Kombat can, with this expansion, bring a lot more audience, newer audiences for sure. I know that's their goal this time around, like bring in newer audience and have all. That's why they have these bundles that are really, really concise and bring them up to par with everything that's going on. So these newer bundles can help with bringing catch-ups. This overall marketing campaign is tons of content. They are killing it with content, but at the end of the day, they have to have gameplay. I'm just glad the servers are way better than when this year one started. But their next goal, the overall aspiration should be make the game better. That's what I'm saying. It's so relatable to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty does amazing with content, so much things to do. But it's just sometimes it's the gameplay what a lot of people are not liking at times. The same with Mortal Kombat. It's always a mixed bag with Mortal Kombat. It's like they're doing amazing with content. Their best content aspect, probably overall, again, a top 5 Mortal Kombat game easily still, despite all the damn flaws this game has had. But if the gameplay is not there to really keep people around, unless you have to play at the highest of high levels, it just doesn't make sense to be doing all this content. So I hope they're really debriefing this combat cast, looking into what people are saying. Bring us back Jukebox. Bring on more modes, another additional game mode. Invasions had a lot of stuff that they added, but I don't know how much interest people are going to be wanting Invasions. That's why I'm so glad that Towers of Time had came back around, because people could unlock all that stuff from Invasions that they just don't feel like doing. You know what I mean? I know I'm one of those people. I'm going to be in Towers way more doing stuff like that just to unlock stuff and just to play around and take a break from like Combat League whenever I'm chilling. A lot of the times, because I hate the Invasions grind, is why I always shied away from just chilling on Mortal Kombat all day. Now I have a reason to actually test stuff, have fun with the AI, just kind of unlock stuff, chill. I like that grind better versus like moving around like on a Monopoly board or a wannabe Monopoly board. I don't know, that's just my opinion though. But year 2 content, man, like what I said, breaking down all that stuff with online practice mode, Warrior Shrine, Towers of Time, new stages, artists breaking down all the stages and giving us insights as to how they did this is really cool. New skins, animalities for literally everyone. New cameo brutalities and the buffs on the characters and cameos. I'm pretty sure it's going to be way more the Sonya additional moves too. Remember, they had all that stuff also right before. And they had like possibly noob insights and him having possibly the most special moves. The Ghostface like literally breaking records right now. And it's insane, bro. Like I love it. I hope this helps out Mortal Kombat a lot. And I'm excited. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts though. I appreciate y'all. Peace.